Have you ever noticed how distance does something strange to the human heart? It takes someone who was once an ordinary part of your life and quietly turns them into something sacred. When a person is near us every day, their presence can blend into the background. Their voice becomes familiar noise. Their face becomes expected. But the moment distance enters the picture, something in our mind wakes up. Suddenly, their absence speaks louder than their presence ever did. This is where desire is often born not from what we have, but from what we can no longer touch. The human brain is wired to notice loss far more intensely than gain. Psychologists call this loss aversion. When someone we care about is no longer physically available, our brain reacts as if something valuable has been taken away. And the mind does what it does best when faced with loss. It magnifies. Every memory becomes brighter. Every laugh seems deeper. Every shared moment feels more meaningful than it ever did in real time. Distance doesn't just separate bodies. It edits our memories, cutting out the boring parts and keeping only the moments that make the heart ache. When someone is close, reality is unavoidable. You see their flaws, their bad moods, their inconsistencies. Proximity forces realism, but distance removes all that friction. It allows our imagination to take complete control. The brain starts filling in the gaps, often with idealized versions of the person. This is why we often miss someone more intensely than we ever appreciated them when they were right there. We're not just missing who they are in their totality. We are missing the version of them that lives in our memory. Then there's the powerful role of uncertainty. The human nervous system is highly sensitive to unpredictability. When someone is distant, you don't know exactly what they're doing, what they're feeling, or even how much they still care. That very uncertainty activates the brain's reward system, the same system involved in addiction. It lights up when something is desired but not guaranteed. Every text message becomes more meaningful. Every phone call feels like a huge relief. Desire grows not necessarily because the love has increased, but because our access to them has decreased. Distance creates space, and space invites thought. When someone is always around, you don't really have to think about them, because they're already there. But when they are gone, the mind starts replaying conversations, imagining future reunions, and analyzing past moments over and over. This mental repetition strengthens emotional attachment. The more you think about someone, the more emotionally significant they become in your mind. Over time, the act of missing someone can feel like you're loving them more, even if nothing new has actually happened between you. Another powerful factor is emotional contrast. When someone leaves, their absence creates a vacuum. Daily routines suddenly feel quieter. Moments that were once shared are now experienced completely alone. This contrast sharpens our awareness. You notice what's missing precisely because it used to be there. The brain compares your current emotional state with the past one, and the gap between what was and what is creates a deep sense of longing. Desire grows in that empty space. Distance also has a way of restoring mystery. Let's be honest. Familiarity can sometimes kill curiosity. When you know someone too well, you might stop wondering about them. But distance reintroduces the unknown. You start wondering how they've changed, what they think about now, and whether they miss you too. This mystery fuels desire because the mind is naturally drawn to what it cannot fully grasp. These unanswered questions keep the emotional connection alive, sometimes making it even stronger than before. But there's a deeper emotional layer to all of this. Missing someone often has less to do with them and more to do with who you were when you were with them. Certain people activate specific versions of ourselves. Maybe around them, you felt more confident, more understood, or more alive. When they are gone, it can feel like that version of you is gone too. So, the desire isn't just for the person, but for the emotional state they helped create within you. Attachment theory helps explain this even further. As humans, we form emotional bonds that are meant to provide safety and connection. When a person we're bonded with becomes unavailable, our attachment system goes into high alert. This system is designed to pull us back toward our attachment figure. It heightens our focus, increases our emotional sensitivity, and intensifies our longing. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's pure biology. The brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do: restore connection that feels lost. Interestingly, distance doesn't create desire equally in all situations. It really depends on the emotional foundation that existed before the separation. If the bond was already meaningful and deep, distance will likely amplify it. But if the connection was shallow, distance will often just make it fade away. Desire grows when distance reminds you of emotional depth, not when it exposes emotional emptiness. This is why sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder, and other times, it just makes the heart move on. Modern technology adds another fascinating layer to this psychology. Being able to see someone online but not actually touch them creates a strange state of partial access. This is emotionally powerful. You are close enough to remember them vividly, yet far enough away to feel deprived. This partial access is one of the strongest drivers of desire. It keeps hope alive while maintaining distance, a combination that keeps our emotional system constantly activated. Missing someone also seems to slow down time. The days feel longer, and the nights feel quieter. Our perception of time changes when intense emotional desire is present. The brain becomes more aware of every single moment that passes without that person. This heightened awareness deepens the emotional intensity. The more time you feel slipping away, the more valuable that person begins to feel. But there is a quiet danger in this whole process. Distance can turn love into a fantasy. When someone is absent for too long, the image you miss may no longer match the reality. People grow, change, and evolve. The person you're longing for may not exist in the same way anymore. The desire created by distance is incredibly powerful, but it's not always accurate. It's fueled more by emotion, memory, and imagination than by current truth. Still, the experience of missing someone reveals something profound about the human heart. It shows us how deeply we are shaped by connection. It shows that love isn't just about physical presence, but about emotional impact. Someone doesn't have to be near you to matter. Sometimes, their absence becomes proof of just how much space they occupy inside you. Distance strips relationships down to their emotional core. Without physical closeness, all that remains is the feeling. If that feeling is strong, distance just makes it louder. If it's weak, distance often makes it disappear. This is why missing someone can feel like a moment of clarity. It shows you what truly matters, not through logic, but through longing. In the end, distance creates desire, because the human mind is not designed to be indifferent to a meaningful absence. We are creatures of attachment, memory, and imagination. When someone we care about leaves, our body feels it, our mind replays it, and our heart remembers it. Missing someone isn't just about wanting them back. It's about recognizing the emotional imprint they left behind. And perhaps that is the quiet truth behind desire. We don't miss people because they were perfect. We miss them because, in some small or large way, they changed us. And distance simply gives us the silence we need to finally hear that truth clearly. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the human mind.